Hello, my name is Lauren Williams, and welcome to my bookcase. I'm a certified professional organizer, and my company is Casual Uncluttering. I've been in business for 10 years, and I've read a lot of books about organizing, and I'd like to share my opinions with you. Today I'm giving you 2 reviews for the price of 1. While the primary audience for these books is professional organizers, I would suggest, if you're curious, take a listen anyway. And maybe you'll know someone who could use them, or maybe you yourself will want to take a look. I launched my career in March of 2011 when I joined NAPO, the National Association of Productivity and Organizing Professionals, and I continued by taking boot camp style courses with a master trainer in Portland and another up in Canada in May, and then in October I took the first course that changed my professional career, and I will always be grateful that I had that chance. NAPO Seattle, my local chapter of my professional society, had a day-long regional conference, and we had an amazing selection of speakers. We had someone discussing garages. We had a panel of veterans discussing their experiences and what it's like to be in the industry and the different challenges of their businesses. And we had Denslow Brown, who was a master trainer of master trainers, and her talk about processing modalities is how I now structure my work to this day. This is a book I recommend to organizers more than I recommend to clients. Denslow's concept is that each of us in our neurological and physical selves have strengths and weaknesses around how we take in and assess information in our environments. So we might be very strong visually, have a strong sense of color, have an ability to see detail very easily. We might be very, very verbal in our orientation to our world. We might need to talk to ourselves to help ourselves think. We might need to have someone talk to us to explain things. We can have weaknesses. We might not take in things verbally very well at all. We might suffer from in one ear out the other, or we might be very weak visually where we don't see clutter and we don't see detail. We can be challenged in our weaknesses. For example, a blind person might have been born strong in their visual acuity, but then went blind. A person who might have liked to be very active and very physical while doing tasks, while trying to learn. I like to try it. I like to do it. I'm good with my hands. Bound to a wheelchair is going to have a very different experience with their life from then on. This book, I am so grateful to the universe that I sat in on Denslow's lecture and that I was able to get a copy of her book that day, because this book teaches me, reminds my colleagues, I hope, whenever I tell them to get this book, and they do, that we cannot ever structure our work with one-size-fits-all solutions, and we cannot ever assume that what we as organizers are experiencing with our minds and bodies is what our clients are experiencing with their minds and bodies, and that we as organizers must always attempt to help our clients define, decipher, discover what works for them. The ICD Guide to Challenging Disorganization for Professional Organizers is my go-to. This is the book I tried to memorize when I was first studying for my Certified Professional Organizer standing. This is a book I cannot recommend highly enough to my colleagues, whether they are members of the Institute for Challenging Disorganization, my second professional society, or not. This book, written by professional organizers, ADD experts, and psychologists, is a very thorough review of technique, of the kinds of situations you as an organizer might walk into. For example, working with grieving clients, working with clients with mental illness, working with clients who struggle with sentimentality, working with clients whose challenges are physical nature. Many illnesses can contribute quite deeply to a person's inability to be organized. This book is primarily for professional organizers, but it can be of very real value to caretakers, friends, family, colleagues, and support teams of people who are struggling with chronic organization challenges as well.
If you were intrigued by this book review, then please watch out for the launch of my webinar, Find and Honor Your Organizing Style, and then it's about the stuff. I'm very excited to share that with you. This book and many others were part of the basis for that webinar, plus my experience, my training, and my life. Thank you.